Hi guys. So a few years ago I started doing stand-up comedy, more on a dare than anything. Oh, assistant, thank you. Wrong button. So I find that when I meet people, I actually try and not let them know that I do comedy, because the first thing people say something funny. Which I'm like, I just argued with a 14-year-old hormonal child. There's nothing funny about that. So, and then I've got a friend, she always introduces me. This is my friend Natalie. She's a stand-up comedian and a pastor's wife. She always says both. So I actually find that our role in life as a family has been more than, instead of being an example, we tend to be more of a warning. And, I have fed, no, that's true. Any of you who follow me on Facebook know that to be fact. So I find that I tend to use Facebook as a form of free therapy, and also as like a legal documentation in case I should ever need it. And, but tonight I actually wanted to share a story about my husband and I that is one of my favorite stories, although it does highlight me, not in the most flattering of ways, but for your amusement, to make you feel better about your lives. It's a great story. So I tend to be this super bargain shopper, and I'm always trying to find ways to save money, and I have this thing about milk. We go through about a gallon of milk a day in our house, and so I get real agitated when I find wasted food, because I'm always trying to coupon and all that. And so seeing a half-drunk glass of milk on the counter just sends me into a crazy frenzy. And it's been a problem ongoing. So this is back a few years ago. I was on one of my rampages about wasting food. And I come into the kitchen and there's this glass of half-full milk on the counter. And I go to grab it and I'm like, okay, somebody's drinking this. And I grab it and it's warm, and I'm thinking, oh, they've left it here for who knows how long. It's actually warm. I'm like, I don't care if somebody's drinking this. I'm gonna track them down. Then I realize it's in my husband's cup. And I'm thinking, did he do this? And I'm getting all self-righteous, and I stick it in the fridge, but he's gonna drink this. And about an hour or two later, he comes into the kitchen, he's like, have you seen my milk? I'm like, or he goes, is this my milk? He opens up the fridge, and like, yes, it is, and you left it on the counter. And in all my self-righteous indignation, I explained to him the value of the American dollar and why I should not be wasting food, and ranted on, and his eyes rolled back in his head, I'll drink the milk. And so he grabs the milk, he's like, fine, I'll drink it. And he starts chugging it, and about halfway through, he goes, and he throws the cup, he's like, milk's bad! And he runs to the sink, he's coughing and coughing and coughing. And I'm thinking, all I can think of is, I used milk at the same container for my latte today. Do I feel okay? And I'm sitting there thinking about this, and he grabs the cup, and I'm looking at it, and it's like this thick, nasty, kind of yellowish white, clunk in the bottom of it. And I'm feeling a little bit bad at that point, sorry, probably shouldn't have saved that. And all of a sudden, he picks it up and he screams, this isn't milk, this is the cup you washed your paintbrushes in! And, to which I'm like, you're absolutely right! To which he responds, I have to use vomiting! So he immediately begins to vomit into the sink. While I stand there, completely thrown by the funniness of this whole mix-up. And I thought it was milk, and I was yelling at you, and it's pain, it was me, it was mine, you drank it. His response is, so he's throwing up, I'm giggling, thinking how funny this is. And he's like, call 911, call 911! And so I'm like, oh, I should probably call poison control, because this is toxic. And so I go down and I call, and they're like, well, read me the container of the paint, which you can't read ever because you spill all down the sides. I don't know why they even bother to put any warnings on there, because they're completely covered in paint. So we figure it out, and eventually, and she's like, well, how is he feeling? I'm like, so angry. So angry. So he continues to vomit, and I'm talking with her, and I'm like, I know what I thought it was milk, and here I am, and she's like, okay, here's what you do. So she's telling me he's gonna be fine, and then eventually She's like, okay, well the remedy is to drink milk. So let that be a warning. You're gonna wash your paintbrushes in a cup of water. Don't give it to your husband to drink. All right, thanks guys.
Thank you.